Hey, what's going on everyone? Hope you're all doing well. Sorry I've been away again for a while, but you know what? I've just been enjoying video games again, playing Link's Awakening as you might know. But yeah, I just as I start seeing the reaction to the Untitled Goose Game, I thought it would be a good time to discuss animal protagonists in gaming. I've always been a massive fan of controlling animal characters in gaming, and during the 90s, the gaming industry was rife with animal-like protagonists and antagonists, giving rise to the era of the gaming mascots, where a wealth of companies utilize animals in their games and try to create the next superstar gaming character or characters. And for me, it was a glorious period of fun, color, and wild gaming mechanics and ideas. And it's here, within the gaming mechanic where I love the use of animal characters within games, because animals and their natural abilities are just so much more fun in a natural kind of way than us boring humans who require science and technology to essentially extend our otherwise pretty feeble natural abilities, like running, climbing, jumping, flying, or lack thereof, because we need aeroplanes and whatever other abilities we're naturally capable of. Animals naturally lend themselves to video games far more easily than most things I can think of, because if you take most creatures and apply their abilities to gaming, it awakens a number of gameplay mechanics that on their own can give rise to a thrilling, unique experience. But run on today's gaming world, and for the most part, the industry is dominated by humanoid characters who, although look cool and many are absolutely awesome and some of the best characters ever, are still once again relegated to their human-like capabilities, unless of course they are enhanced by magic or technology or both. We seem to love our military, like figures in games, in all their human guises, along with other humanoid-looking like warriors, wizards, adventurers, ninjas, assassins, space marines, of course, robots, and even gods, I suppose. If we think of God of War, But as I mentioned, there was a time where the industry had a large mix of both, and some of gaming's most liked and unique gaming characters were created, along with a healthy mix of animal-inspired characters, which gave rise to some truly unique and wonderful games. When most people think of animal characters in gaming, many will automatically turn to, say, Sonic the Hedgehog, a character whose natural abilities were accelerated, pun intended, I suppose, way beyond what its real-world counterpart is actually capable of. But because of this foundation, one of gaming's and one of the world's most well-known characters was created, leading to a large number of games that admittedly varied in quality over time, due to the fault of developers, I suppose, but still offered a very unique and enticing set of gameplay features and character designs, which led to the creation of other characters like Tails and Knuckles. You can even argue that Super Mario was enhanced by the inclusion of Mario with animals into his world. Things like the Koopa Troopers, being turtles, and Mario then using their shells for other manner of gameplay mechanics, piranha plants, and how their gameplay has evolved, Cheep Cheeps, and of course recently Mario Odyssey takes full advantage of all this when Mario captures enemies for gameplay purposes, which was nothing but pure fun, and even with some of them being even with some of them being so good that potentially a whole game could be made out of their gameplay mechanics. Going back, with Sega, one of my favorite game series ever is the Ecco The Dolphin series. I've played them all. Once again, thanks to the natural abilities of a dolphin, this lends very well to the game design of the series. The need to get air, able to jump high out of water, use sonar to communicate and attack, and of course explore in a unique underwater environment that can offer many treats, gameplay-wise for the player, as well as offer many unique creative avenues for the developer. It's a joy to control Ecco, something I find more pleasant than a slow-moving marine, like, say, Marcus Phoenix, as an example from the Gears of War series. We also have a rather, well-known bear and bird combination who ability-wise, for gameplay purposes, open up a whole can of amazing ideas, and even then, Banjo and Kazooie were given further options to transform into even more characters, leading to even further wackier and immensely fun gameplay options, which set industry standards, and many people tried to copy it. Another game I loved was on the Dreamcast called Fur Fighters, if you heard of that, where not only did you control your cool gun wielding animal characters, like dogs, cats, penguins and kangaroos, just to name a few, but some of their abilities were also used as gameplay mechanics, within the worlds where only certain characters could access certain areas or help with puzzles, when they use their unique traits, like the kangaroo being able to jump higher, or the cat climbing walls, if I remember, which it was awesome back then. I loved it. And of course, look at how Donkey Kong has evolved, with all his cool abilities and how they are used around the stages. I just love that stuff. I've only trickled over a few cases here, but I've also found it perplexing how animal protagonists didn't remain as popular as they once were. Why people drifted away and decided to play more games that involved human-like characters. I guess it's my same confusion as to why it's only more of a niche crowd that likes playing in spaceships or blowing up things as giant robots. Why isn't this considered fun on a massive gaming scale anymore? It's just crazy to me. Anyone remember that PS1 tech demo with the T-Rex? I used to play that demo all the time, and the Manta Ray demo. They both looked really impressive at the time. Imagine a game, a really good game where you get to control dinosaurs as the focused playable characters. Playing as a T-Rex could be pretty immense and fun. Just like recently, I suppose, where you get to play as a shark in Maneater. Although actually I do believe the Ecco The Dolphin developers made a Jaws game before on the PS2. I can't remember. And of course, I love playing as dragons in games, especially in the Panzer Dragoon series, if you know me. But I also enjoyed an older PC title called Draken. If anyone remembers that game, it was beautiful at the time. I loved that game. It was so good. Other more beautiful takes on controlling animal characters, is a truly beautiful and wonderful Okami, where, I sometimes just, enjoy nothing more than just running across open fields, with flowers spotted behind me, or just feeding animals. Just a thrill of being a wolf, running free amongst nature, it was just beautiful stuff. Or sometimes, you could take those animal traits and create new characters based off them, something that the Pikmin series does really well when it comes to things like ants and flies, etc. So yeah, give me just give me a great game, with great animal protagonists, any day of the week. I miss them being at the forefront of gaming. Sometimes it takes a humble indie title to remind you why playing as animals in video games can be just so much fun. Or the good old Big N, showing you how 3D platformers are still crumbed here. When you get to control fun protagonists, like Mario, who could transform into different type of animals. Now also I do need to slap myself on the wrist, as I haven't still haven't played Ukulele yet, but I certainly will, and I'll certainly be buying Untitled Goose Game, as it looks hilarious, and I say I'll be buying it. I literally just bought it just now, so I'm going to be having fun with that. I can't wait. But yeah, as always, let me know your thoughts on animal protagonists. If you're like me, I would like to see a ton more, or even if you don't like them, just leave your thoughts below, and I'll reply to each and every one of you. So yeah, as always, thanks for listening. Take care all, and peace.